Our institutions are part of who we are as academics, and we as individuals make our institutions. Boycott my university without boycotting me? Give me a break.
Boycotting an institution means, by definition, boycotting the people who work for that institution. In short, they would be considered non-persons as far as our social universe is concerned. What sense does this make as a way to engage with our scholarly colleagues? And assuming all these effects would actually be upheld legally, which is dubious, how would they possibly further the cause of Palestinian rights?
In order to get tenure in Israel, people need letters of recommendation as part of their tenure packet from people overseas. Reviewers engaged in the boycott would refuse to review tenure packets or refuse to write letters of recommendation because those requests would be coming from Israeli institutions. But the people who would be most harmed by that would be the young scholars and the junior faculty who would then be prevented from achieving tenure.
And for those who believe that one can boycott institutions and not boycott individuals, that's bullshit. I have already had American scholars refuse to review a grant proposal of mine for fear that it might be made public to their colleagues who are BDS supporters. We know of Israeli grad students who can't get their advisors to write them recommendations they need for their career here. The BDS even want to deny students access to AAA publications. This is a small place. How will students, both Israeli and Palestinians, obtain the knowledge that they need to succeed?
BDS's most divisive and manipulative argument is that you can decouple individual academics and their institutions. But think of the badges you wear at conferences, of the byline that you get when you publish an article, or how you are presented on a radio show. It's always your name and your affiliation.
It's fine to oppose the Israeli government. I oppose the Israeli government and the official Israeli state policies. But I think that it's very problematic for anthropologists to boycott fellow anthropologists because of the government.
In fact, what about those of us in the US? Shouldn't we boycott academic institutions of higher learning right here for being complicit, both in the past and the present, with objectionable policies?
Many Israeli scholars are overwhelmingly sympathetic to the Palestinian cause. Some are not, I agree. By grouping all of them into the category of perpetrators, the bureaucratic logic of boycott emits the end of vita activa, creativity, dialogue, negotiation, and freedom of speech, as I know it anyways.
The AAA could make a difference. They could provide scholarships for Palestinians, sponsor international projects to build bridges between Israelis and Palestinians, and strengthen the hands of the IAA, the Israel Anthropological Association, that's taken a courageous stance against the government and for greater equality for Palestinians.
Now more than ever, anthropologists living and studying in the Middle East ought to engage in dialogue and collaborative research based on the academic freedom of speech, rather than divide us through boycott into us and them.
So my no vote is a vote in favor of free, disputatious academic communities. It's a thumbs down to any outside movement that views the AAA as a fertile ground for partisan politics.